And the thing that really intrigues me about healing intention is that, well, there's self-healing, there's healing of others, and also at the social level.
Yes, I think, what originally attracted me to therapeutic intention, healing, was that it was, speaking anthropologically, it is one of the oldest and most universal human beliefs. Almost every religion in the world, across all the geography of the world and all of the cultures of the world, has the idea that consciousness can affect the well-being of another, usually through the intermediation of a deity or a spirit, but I just see that as a way of describing the great unity of non-local consciousness.
Well, I think sometimes healers feel uncomfortable taking personal credit, and it's much easier if they say I have an angel who does it.
Yes, exactly. No, I think you're quite right. It seems presumptuous to believe that you can do it, and actually my view of therapeutic intention, which has gone through a lot of evolution over the years. You know, I was as far as I know, maybe somebody said it earlier, I just don't know, but I coined the term subtle energies back in the late 70s, and I look at it now, and to my great shame, because I don't think it has anything to do with energy. Healing is almost always described and discussed in the context of sending energy.
Yes.
You're sending something.
Right. People think of it as a form of psychokinesis.
Yes.
Psychokinesis on a living system.
Yes. I don't think that's what's going on at all. Of course, I also think psychokinesis is not what people think it is. I believe that what we're looking at is a linkage at the non-local level in which the healer awakens through this linkage the recipient to produce what amounts to a placebo effect. And I say that because we know what the human brain is capable of generating in terms of energy. It's collectively, you have about 80 billion neurons, and about 1% are firing at any given moment. So those, at any given moment, you have about enough power in your brain to light a single tiny little LED bulb.
Right.
So how is it possible that people could send healing thousands of miles away? We know that we have experimental data. The other nice thing about healing is that there's a great deal of research on it, although it isn't widely known even in the parapsychological community. Although much of the early work was done by parapsychologists, it's now mostly published in the medical literature. But in any case, we know that distance doesn't make any difference.
Yep.
And thanks to a researcher in Israel named Leonard Leibovici, we know that time doesn't make much difference.
In other words, you can heal people in the past?
Yes. And so, given the energy limitations of the brain, and then, of course, there's the targeting problems. How do you send some signal out that is not a general signal, but that affects a particular individual who may be thousands of miles away? So the targeting process gets very tricky.
Yeah. Well, we don't yet have a good theoretical model where there's consensus agreement. I know you have a model of your own, and that's what we're talking about here, an information model. Yeah,
what I think, when I look at the research, there are, Wayne Jonas, the president of the Samueli Institute, about 2002 or something like that, a few years ago, did a very thorough study, and he found, I think it was 2002 studies that were in the peer-reviewed literature, and evaluated them and found that a large percentage of them met the criteria of any medical treatment. I mean, the court and those sorts of things. So we have a pretty large body of research, and interestingly enough, it covers everything from bacteria and fungi up to high-order mammals. So we have a broad spectrum of targets.
Including plants.
Plants, bacteria, fungi, mice,